Hello, hello. Welcome to another live stream. And we had a bunch of reveals today during the Hasbro Pulse fan stream. I think playing this little sound clip is in order. And let's go through and take a peek and see what was revealed today. I have not been collecting G.I. Joe Classified because Canada is all out of money. We're out of money up here. So I've been appreciating from a distance, getting to relive my childhood, getting to look at pictures of all the toys I can't afford again. Let's say hello to a couple people in the chat here. As always, let me know if you can hear me okay, if my levels are okay. Draws, good to see you. Good afternoon, and yo, Joe. William Wilkinson, good to see you. Hello there. Hope you're having a good day. And Foolish Habit, LJ, good afternoon to you as well. Michael Gene Fleming, nice to see you as well. And Slurminator, hello there. All right, let's take a peek and see what was going on. I know the folks over at Hasbro were they were dressing up, and that's awesome. Hey, Vid Zombie, good to see you. There's a name from the past. Coming in clear, are collecting the Super 7. No, I'm not collecting anything G.I. Joe lately. I got so much of the vintage O-ring stuff, and I was into classified at first, and Micah was very generous with sending me a bunch of them as well. But I can't, when the prices spiked, bills come first. Bills always come first. And the prices are just completely insane. So I make exceptions for the ones that are really special to me, but I don't collect them all. Don't have any of the Super 7 O-rings yet, but some of them look cool. That Wild Bill cartoon version looks really nice. In fact, one of the reveals today is one I might dish out for, because he's one that I've been waiting for since they announced the classified line. Yeah, so the crew is dressed up like Dreadnoks, I think. And there's Lenny, Tony, and Emily. That's fantastic. That looks awesome. That's great. I'm glad to see them having fun with this. All right, one of the first reveals, it was just a render, but they let us know what they're working on. Is this Snake Eyes. Now, I just skimmed through the stream. I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but one of the designers, it might have been Lenny, said this was his favorite. So if that's his favorite, then that's his favorite. And he's in, as I call it, a position of power at a toy company. So he has to do what he's told, but sometimes he gets to do what he loves. So this is my least favorite of all of the Snake Eyes figures, of all of them. I don't have this one. Like, I've got a giant shelf of vintage O-ring Real American Hero, and I skipped this one because I do not care for it. I do not love it. It is not Snake Eyes to me. It looks so wrong. But for the people who love that, I will vicariously enjoy your enjoyment of this thing. These reveals are pretty awesome. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good reveal stream. Boba Wave, good to see you. This is the period of G.I. Joe Real American Hero where I felt like, and I was a kid when this was going on at the time, I didn't have any inside information, and there, thank God, wasn't any insider information going on back then, magazines telling you what the toy companies are doing and stuff like that. I just saw this come out in a toy store, and I looked at it, and not knowing anything for a fact, I felt like, oh, so the guys who made G.I. Joe great are gone, or some of the designers are gone, because this doesn't look in keeping with the previous versions of Snake Eyes. First three versions were fantastic. Loved all three first versions of Snake Eyes. And then this came out and I thought, well, it's just simply someone who doesn't understand what the characters are. Like, why would you give Snake Eyes a red visor with a silver mask and put blue on him? And it just seemed to me like someone who wasn't familiar at all with the character. But then again, there's younger fans who this was their first Snake Eyes or one of their first ones, and they loved it. So there it is. That's a thing right there. Ben, good to see it. Comes with a couple swords, grappling hook, some machine gun. What do you think about this reveal? You know, I admit it's fun to crap on something that you hate, but I've talked to too many people over the years who sometimes when I really don't like something and they love it, man, they just light up, their face shines, and I don't have the heart to crap on it in front of them because I don't know, sometimes they're dealing with some heavy stuff, man. They got sick parents. And who am I to crap on something they love when they're using this as a reprieve or, you know, a little bit of a escapism, fun hobby from some of the serious stuff they deal with in life. So that's why I'll poke a little fun, but I don't want to turn this into a 1 hour hate fest on stuff I don't like. The Kuni, is this the name of the weapon? CNW Wrestling, how you doing? Good to see a wrestling fan in the chat. I prefer the third Snake Eyes with all the extra ninja weapons. I like that one too. With the knives on his chest. We cut back to the team. And then another reveal is finally we get Hawk with the MMS. So that's Colonel Clayton Abernathy. And they did mention, I don't know if there's a close-up of Hawk. Hasbro, don't hit me with copyright for jumping through your video. I'm not trying to steal any footage here. I'm just hopping around. It looks like I missed it. I lost it. There it is. One of them mentioned that this Hawk is going to have a crew cut. So that's great for the people who love the comic book. Hawk had Duke's look before Duke was a thing. So if you really love that first year of G.I. Joe 82, then this is the one that longtime fans have been waiting for. But now this is interesting. Comic accurate head, cartoon accurate laser rifle. A little bit of a smorgasbord of everything. Helmet has a little mic. That's kind of cool. So you can communicate with the rest of the Joe team. This thing is, I think it's a recolor. Pretty sure they've done a black version of this for Cobra. And I've seen these before, these blast effects. Love this version of Hawk. Don't know if I'm going to drop the money on it with the MMS. I don't have the Vamp or any other vehicle to attach it to. This is just a cool thing I'm glad exists and doesn't need to be in my collection. I would have to be more blast effects. Day's going good, thank you. Nice and sunny. That would be awesome to have. Like the mixture of Sunbow and comic look of the figure. Yeah, sometimes you risk pissing everyone off when you try to please everybody. But I think it's cool. I mean, the vest, if you're going to go... What's going on with the vest here? Doesn't look accurate to the original toy, but I've just kind of gotten used to whenever they do like a major change from the original look. That's just what's going to happen with any modern classified figure. But I do kind of like the microphone on the helmet because he's the commander of the unit. So he should have like a quick, easy way of communicating with the rest of the unit instead of like a big walkie-talkie. Where were these when I was a kid? They were called Rambo, Coleco Rambo figures, or Cops. I've said that numerous times. That's another reason why classified, I like them, but they don't blow me away as much as a lot of people because I grew up on Cops. And to me, I had G.I. Joe Classified like 30 years before they came out. Basically like Cops. Heroes for Hire. Hello there. Okay. So that's the MMS with Hawk. What can you say other than nice job again on it? We'll see what the production version actually looks like, because some of these renders look fantastic, and then we get the figure, and like my Zorana, the arm keeps falling off. Springfield Theater, Cold Slither. Got a special edition Dreadnoks Cold Slither. Is this the whole band or just Zart? It's the band. So we get Zartan. Comes with a Guntar guitar with a nice strap on it. This is one of the figures I thought Super 7 would be getting around to doing, because Super 7's whole thing is the cartoons. They're doing obscure characters, one-offs or one-off costumes from the cartoon. And then here's Hasbro, and Super 7 is doing an O-ring Cold Slither Zartan, but here's Hasbro doing a classified set of them. Why are those people dressed like old bikers? They're dressed up because they're excited. That's why. They love what they do. They're passionate, and there's a picture of the whole group. They're playing along. It's bringing out the kid in them. Where's that picture? Oh, I missed this one earlier. This is the trouble with just doing this super fast, just going through a video. I don't have any slides prepared. If you want something a little more prepared and slick, check out Moody on Toy Kind of Mood tonight. He's going to be going live, I think, at 10 p.m. Well, I'm not sure. He's in a different time zone. Check it out over on his channel. He does the big production on the live stream, so he'll be going through it a little more thoroughly. I just wanted to do a quick reaction stream here. Cartoon accurate bat. So reissuing the bat. Yeah, they're excited about Dreadnoks, so they're dressed as Dreadnoks. Now, how much cooler would one of them look if they were wearing chainmail? A chainmail coif a la Scott Steiner or Templar Knights. But I guess chainmail is hard to find. If you're in Ontario, chainmailguy.com makes some amazing, beautiful chainmail. It's more like jewelry than chainmail. Let's see here. Tell Mike sent you, by the way. Some more army builders. Anyone? Dreadnoks were disguised as rock band to hypnotize people. Yeah, that was a great episode. So is this Buzzer as the drummer, and that's a pretty epic drum set. Wow, you can have the whole band, and there's Torch with his guitar and a strap. They really went all out with these Dreadnoks. I cut back to the drummer, and then there's, what was that last? This one's Torch, the last one was Ripper with the keyboard, guitar. There is quite a bit of detail. That is really nice. Is this available for pre-order? I'm guessing if you go over onto the Hasbro Pulse website, it's all up there. Like, as far as past streams go, I think they put them up immediately after the stream. That's the whole point. There's so much excitement right after the stream is done. You go over to this website and you put your pre-orders in. I think that's how it's been for years. Dreadnoks looked better than that. Better than the figures, or better than the Hasbro crew. I think they look fantastic. Or is it a con exclusive? I'm not sure. I'm just going through this as usual with my live streams. I find out along with you. I'm not exactly I'm not a toy journalist. Thank God. I'm just a fan. These are con exclusives. Okay, thanks, Draws. San Diego Comic Con exclusives. That's that it is what it is. People have been hating on San Diego Comic-Con exclusives for years, but you know what? There's been a few Comic-Con exclusives over the years that I've really liked, and I've passed on them. Who cares? It's not a big deal. But then there's some that are like, man, I'd really like that. That really sucks that it's a Comic-Con exclusive. And they haven't been that much. Like I've been able to, they either go up for sale on the company's website shortly after, which is cool when they do that. When they put up the unsold stock from the actual convention up on their website. Glad when they do that. Or if you have to go to eBay and pay a scalper, it's never really broken the bank. But like I said, in my case, it's for the really special stuff. So I mean, I'm not going to drop the money for the cold Slither Dreadnoks. It's a cool set, but my classified purchases will be few and far between for the rest of the line's existence, I think. And this is a Frag Viper, I believe. Piano guitar. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Guitar. Stinger. Wonder if that's like the wrestler Sting. Stinger, or is that a band? Stinger t-shirt. This is the one that I've been waiting for. Since the very beginning, I've been asking, where's Blowtorch? Hey, there's Moody. I was just talking about you. Check out Toy Kind of Moods live stream on Classified Reveals tonight. Did you hear about Days of Thunder 2 that they're making? No, I haven't, but that's pretty cool, actually. I'm at the point now where I'm done saying no, don't do it. You're too old, and nobody asked for this. I'll never say that again, because Top Gun. Here we go on a movie tangent instead of talking about toys. But you know, Top Gun Maverick was amazing. I liked it way better than the first Top Gun. I love Rocky 6, Rocky Balboa. It's actually probably my favorite Rocky movie, actually. It's right up there with the original. So this whole thing of people saying, no, don't, you know, how about you just, for the people who aren't happy they're making another one, don't go see it. I said it during the stream with Moody when we were talking about wrestling figures, when we talked about the USS Flag. If they ever do a USS Flag HasLab, how about if you want one, buy it, and if you don't want one, don't buy it. So Days of Thunder 2, how about if you're not happy, don't go see it, and if you want to see it, go see it. And it's as simple as that. But yeah, go for it. These days I'm more inclined to tell, you know, to think that these old actors who haven't been working for a while, not that Tom Cruise needs the work, but yeah, go get your payday. Fans put way too much pressure on every single movie being, you know, an absolute hit and, you know, being the best thing the fans have ever seen. Like, just, it's a movie. Let them go out there, and even if it's 1/10 the movie the original one was, it's fine. It's just a nice, entertaining movie. It can be a one and done. It doesn't have to be watching a million times. Like Henry Cavill's Highlander remake doesn't have to be the most epic movie ever made. Okay, back to the toys. Movie tangent done. Blowtorch is a game changer. Now, I'm happy to see this one. First impression from the pictures, the thing I loved about the original one as a kid, he's one of my favorite. Oh, there's another Blowtorch fan. Everyone wanted Blowtorch. Now, you know what they always do whenever they reveal these things? They always show you or show us the version we don't want first. And then they come out a year later with the version we wanted in the first place. Finally, they're showing a new updated Blowtorch, a classic character. Had a lot of those prefix vipers when I was a kid. Frag Viper, Saw Viper. That's a cool term for them, prefix vipers. Toxie Viper. Hoping they'll do Mainframe and Lifeline. It's strange they haven't yet, because they were pretty major characters in that. I don't know, was it second or third season? I always want to call it the third season, but whatever the 1986 season was. I believe they're doing Dial Tone. I feel like I saw a reveal of Dial Tone, but yeah, give us that Gyrene Mainframe. Okay, Blowtorch. The red is, and the yellow is a little too dark. I love the original one because of how bright it was. He was like an ugly 90s Joe before ugly 90s Joes were a thing. And then when the majority of the line became bright, ugly neon, it was too much. But one guy in the whole line was perfectly fine for me. So like one bright Blowtorch or one bright sci-fi in 86, I didn't have a problem with it. Just one guy really being bright and sticking out. Now, he looks better in their production pictures, in like these nice kind of Mate Mylar style photos. But the actual sample they got right in front of them looks muted red and kind of a duller yellow. So as much as I like this one, and this was the highlight of the stream for me today, I'm not going to pull the trigger on this one. I'm going to wait because they keep doing this to me. You know, they have the original version and then they do like maybe a classic toy colors version on a card with the original card art on it instead of a box. So, you know, they've taught me well at this point. I'm happy the mold exists. There's a Blowtorch out there. I think it's pretty much a guarantee with how popular the character is that they're going to recolor him, and I'm going to wait for something a little more original toy, 1984 figure accurate. Indeed, big Agassi fan. Wonder if Barbecue and Blowtorch ever hung out much. There was another Pyro Soldier, I forgot his name. Yeah, like I always kind of, when I was a kid, kind of used the two together. Blowtorch would set the Cobra vehicles on fire and then, or no, yeah, Blowtorch would set them on fire. Barbecue would put the fires out after a while. I hope they have a carded Blowtorch with a vibrant red yellow too in the future. That's what I'm waiting for. And nothing's for sure, nothing's a guarantee, but I would say it's highly likely, just with what we've seen with Duke and Flint and Beachhead and so many of them. Blowtorch looks like someone from Warhammer 40K. And I feel like there was a modern one, like a 25th anniversary. Which one was it? The first 25th anniversary Blowtorch was great. You're nice and bright. But I feel like there was one later on, 30th or 50th anniversary line, or Pursuit of Cobra, something like that. I remember seeing some Blowtorch later on that did this. They added a little bit of green to his coloring, which did not look good to me. Obviously, all opinions expressed are my own. But I didn't like the green on it and the muted colors, so that's what they chose to go with, and they're in a position of power at a toy company, and I'm not. So that's that. Me sitting here and whining about it isn't going to make it any different. I love this character. This is Darklon, Destro's cousin, maybe a distant cousin. But that's another great reveal today. Someone I know gave me a motor toy bike, one of those Harley race bike, and it would be cool if I could place the Destro on it. Blowtorch looks like, oh, I already read that one, sorry. Darklon just coming by himself, no evader. I think that was the name of his vehicle. And he's got a really epic sword. He's Scottish like Destro, so that's kind of cool. Some ancient Scottish ancestry. Looks like he's got a separate head. I guess a different mask. I would, if I had this one, I'd go with the original toy version of the mask. But I always thought it was cool. And that gun, I remember that gun from the original toy. So they've really homaged the original weapon for the new classified version. I had Darklon. He came with that funky vehicle. Yeah, the Evader with the weird, is it like a spinning missile top to it or something? It was weird. It looked like, I don't know, something out of Tron. He sat in it weird. It was just weird. It was gold, but luckily it wasn't fragile gold. It's gold plastic syndrome type of plastic. It was really bendy. Thomas says, I fear that when they get to Grenadier Destro, he'll be paired with a clunky and expensive despoiler. Yeah. The exact same deal, like Darklon without his evader. I guess that's not as popular as the despoiler was, but they could do it either way. They could do Destro on his own without the despoiler, but that was such a cool vehicle. It'd be like doing Serpentor without his air chariot. I don't think the despoiler is really any bigger than the air chariot. So I was going to say, I don't see it being more expensive than Serpentor and his air chariot, but that was a pretty expensive set. So, everything's expensive today. Buy eggs, buy milk. Don't sweat the toys. Darklon's Claymore with the jewel and mask lean into the family ties. Yeah. Ancient Scottish family ties. I really like that Destro, when he went out on his own and started his own group, he made it a family business and brought in the cousin. Although, if I'm remembering right from Darklon's file card, he was a scumbag. I don't remember it specifically, but something on Darklon's file card mentioned that he was some kind of a scumbag. Maybe Destro couldn't fully trust him. I also had the gold-headed Destro. Yeah, that was the Iron Grenadiers Destro. Great upgrade to Destro. Made such perfect sense that he went from silver to gold when he started his own mercenary group. Lots of shots of Darklon, and then, hey man, like, chill out. It's one of the strongest G.I. Joes there is. I want to give another shout out to Mikey Rosari from What's on Joe Mind. We did a cartoon commentary a while back, G.I. Joe commentary, and he pointed out, or someone during the What's on Joe Mind cartoon commentary pointed out that in one of the intros, I think it's the 85 season, Destro gets thrown around, and like Footloose is one of the guys just holding him over his head and throwing Destro around like a sack of potatoes. So yeah, apparently Footloose is one of the strongest G.I. Joes out there. He's as strong as Sergeant Slaughter. It's all that spinach. He's probably smoking the spinach instead of eating it. But great looking infantry. There's the shot right there. Good vibes, man. That's perfect. Whoever's taking these pictures knows exactly who this character is. Right down to the smoke. You think that's incense? Probably not. Footloose is so cool. Love this figure. Yeah, nice looking figure. Could be an army builder. You could the body is generic enough that you could just swap a couple heads on them. I don't know if anyone does like a head pack. That'd be a really cool thing for maybe Gridiron Studios if they did something like that. They do a lot of great weapons and some vehicles, but if they did like a head pack, or even, I don't know if Marauder Gunrunners wanted to get into the G.I. Joe classified scale, but they do heads for the smaller, 4-inch figures. But if they did like a head pack, that'd be great to be able to pop a head on, if you got a bunch of extra Footlooses, or if you, bought the first version of Beachhead and then preferred the second version of Beachhead and got that one too, pop on a different head for your first version of Beachhead and just basically make it a different character instead of having two versions of the same guy. Rodimus Prime 1982. Hello there. Yeah, I'm love streaming. It's been some time. I'm loving Super 7 O-rings. I went back to small scale, done with classified. It's cool that they're still there. Options are nice. Options are nice. If you like it, get it. If you don't like it, don't get it. Footloose and that other from Animal Olympics having a conversation. Hey, Roddy. The otter. I don't know what Animal Olympics is, so I do not understand that reference, to use a Captain America term. All right, we're flying here. We're a half hour into this stream. About 3/4 of the way through it. There's Footloose. Nice assault rifle and the bazooka that the original one has. The helmet. Got a nice chin strap on it too. That's a nice little touch. Original one didn't have that. There's a picture of the box. Windows are back. Finally, they've stopped doing the boxes that are sealed. Now you can actually see what kind of paint job you're getting. And that's really cool, especially if there's going to be some paint issues. It's nice to just be able to see what you're getting instead of taking a chance. Not related to G.I. Joe, but Ludwig Kaiser is an awesome wrestler. So is Scott Steiner. It's got a great new podcast on what's that guy's name? I don't have my phone handy, but just did a new podcast and it's really good. The new mask toys look gorgeous. Yep. Yeah, glad they're back. And that's even for the people who aren't interested. The foot is in the door. Mask is back. It has woken up, and I'm thinking those are probably going to do fairly well. Can you imagine how many people are just going to get Condor? They're going to say, I can't afford the other stuff. Rhino is too expensive, but I just want Condor. I'm just going to get Condor. Even if a whole bunch of people just get Condor, I think that'll be enough interest to push the door open just a little bit more. Clown Man, hello there. Good to hear you live again. Yeah, I've been doing a few live streams the last month or so, just hopping in surprise love streams. Have you been flea market or Goodwill peeping lately? Not in a while. I need to stop by Woodstock Antique Mall sometime. That place has just really exploded. The first time I ever went to that Woodstock flea market that I did a video on a while ago, it's a 3-story old factory converted to a flea market. And the 3rd floor was fairly empty. And the last time I went in there, the 3rd floor is like filling up and the 2nd floor is packed and the 1st floor has always been packed. And the owner of the place said, yeah, like our toy booths have really skyrocketed over the last few years. So if you're a vintage toy collector and you're in Ontario or even in Michigan or in New York State, it's worth the drive. There's a lot of cool stuff to see at that flea market, and plus you could hit a few Toys R Us's. You could see a Toys R Us in London, or there's one in Kitchener. Hamilton, I think, has one. So yeah, if you're an American coming into Ontario, there's quite a bit to see. Definitely, if you're traveling through London, you're also going to want to swing by Heroes Comics in London, Ontario. The trouble with Toronto, they've got some awesome old vintage toy stores, but you're going to pay Toronto prices. So if you're an American and you don't know what that means, it basically means New York City prices or Detroit prices or Los Angeles prices. But if the further away you get from Toronto, the more reasonable the prices get. So London is much better for prices. Let's see. Finally, plastic windows are back. Yeah, very happy to see that. Cordon, a transformer. I just want Thunderhawk and Switchblade. The only ones I'm looking for, I'm hoping they do Goliath. Like, I never got the original one. It was just too expensive. So I'd love Goliath and maybe Outlaw too, if they ever redo that one. Hello, Mike. Thoughts on Cena and Rock heel turns? I just caught Cena's promo last night and I loved it. Because there's so many times where someone will turn heel, like Andre, and totally change their character, change outfit, changed the character. Hulk Hogan, when he turned heel, grew in the black beard, wore all black, sunglasses. And so I was expecting the same thing from Cena, you know, beard to come in and get rid of the jorts. And this is interesting. He's really talented. He's a fantastic promo, and I don't think a lot of people could pull this off. But as I was watching him give his promo and say, you don't, the fans don't deserve anything new. You don't deserve a new theme song. You don't deserve a new look. I was thinking, wow, he's Bob Backlund. And that was another great heel turn when Bob Backlund came back in 93 and then toiled around a bit. And then the following year turned heel on Bret Hart and started cutting promos on people, basically saying, I didn't turn heel. All of you did. And Backlund, I mean, he went crazy, but he was still preaching hustle, loyalty, and respect. Clean living, know all of the presidents. So that's exactly what Cena did. All of you turned heel on me. You're all toxic, and that, all that type of just bashing the fans for not being as hard workers as he is. It's not what I was expecting, but I thought it was really entertaining. And then you heard Cody's pop when he came out. The whole thing is supposed to be to give Cody a worthy adversary, because there's so many champions in the past who get that great crowning moment, and then they have no one to defend the belt against. Like, that's what sunk Ultimate Warrior's title reign. He had no one to work with. Bret Hart's first title reign, won the belt, and then he had no one to work with. So I'm really excited about that WrestleMania main event. I think it's going to be awesome. Cody versus this twisted Cena, this corrupted Cena. He's a hypocrite. He is a heel. He says he's not a heel, but he is a heel. He sold his soul for money. That's what it comes down to. But I called the heel turn like a month or whenever he did the Royal Rumble promo where he said, what was best for business was him main eventing WrestleMania. I thought that's so out of character. I think he's turning heel. And I also think he's going to, try to do a redemption arc where, if this really is his final full-time year of wrestling, before he retires, he's going to do the whole probably save Cody from the evil ones and go out, as the hero again. But I also don't think he'll be really retired. He'll still do like a match a year or every 2 years, kind of like The Rock does. But it's one of the most interesting things I've seen in wrestling in quite some time. It's really reinvigorated my interest in WWE. Want Jackson Riker as a Joe member. Flea Market has Legos. I had to get 2 of those snake armor. Right. Let's keep on going here. Oh, we got another reveal. Snake armor is a little later on, but Law and Order. So Law and his German Shepherd Order. The Mutt and Junkyard set was so beautiful, and it looks like this team really knows what they're doing when it comes to the canine units. This looks like another beautiful unit. I mean, that the Law figure looks fantastic, but Order, again, multiple heads, got this, I think it's an eye cover pointing, just like Mutt comes with all the hands, not just for holding weapons, but to give commands. So the point finger, the whatever that hand is, to tell the dog go. These little, I think they must be dog owners. Someone on the design team must be a dog owner to put that much love into the canine units and also all the little extras for the doggies. And let's see here. Hated how the Transformers did not have plastic windows nor cover art in front of the Transformer because they kept taking, that was terrible. I saw a few of those too. It's just silly. Like, to get rid of the windows for one reason, to help the environment and whatnot. But how many heads got stolen? Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Enjoyed your videos. Thanks. Glad to hear that. My favorite Joe figure is Mutt and Junkyard. Yeah, that's a fantastic set. Rock was a heel before when he was a part of McMahon's corporation team. Yeah, and the Nation of Domination as well. That's where he really hit his stride. Yeah, he was kind of floundering as Rocky Maivia, the blue chipper babyface. Would be cool if John gets rid of the blue pants and go to camo pants. That's right, he did wear camo shorts for a while there. See, I was thinking, wow, finally he's going to change the look up a bit. But after that promo on Raw, where were they? Barcelona or something? I don't know if he should change anything because the whole gimmick is I'm stale. That's his whole gimmick. He refuses to change, just like Bob Backlund. He's exactly doing the Bob Backlund gimmick. I will not change for you. So maybe he shouldn't change anything. Sergeant Slaughter had a similar heel turn. The difference with Sarge, though, was he just showed up as a heel in WWE, and then he switched to undercover Iraqi sympathizer. A lot of people forget that wasn't actually genuine, legitimate. He was undercover, pretending to be an Iraqi sympathizer serving his country. But if he had come in as G.I. Joe, America's hero, and then turned heel on Hogan like that, it would have had a lot more impact. But for some reason, they just brought him in was it 1990, end of 1990, after AWA closed down or was closing down. They brought him in as a heel. And I thought that was really weird. Jorts are more comfortable. Another reason I think he started wearing them, Cena, even though he's always been jacked to the gills, super muscular, he's got a different looking set of legs. It's like his legs look either bow-legged or the opposite of bow-legged. There's something it's more noticeable when he's wearing, like when he wore those wrestling tights early in his career. And then when he switched to jorts, it kind of hides that more. But his legs aren't like the typical wrestler straight legs. They kind of look curved or something. There's something different about them. And I noticed when he switched to jorts and was the doctor of thugonomics, I noticed, oh, that kind of hides that the different build he has in his legs. So I wonder if he's just going to stick with it, or baggy pants too. A few times when he was the doctor of thugonomics as a heel, he wore baggy pants when he wrestled, full length baggy pants. So I wonder if that's like a thing he's self-conscious about, and he wears the jorts to kind of disguise the fact that he's I wish I could remember. It's either bow-legged or whatever the opposite of bow-legged is, but it's kind of noticeable. Bob Backlund time was a crazy old school coot. I loved that run. That was fantastic. A year as an underdog trying to get the title would have been cool. This is next level. Yeah, absolutely. Glad they changed it up a bit. It also makes Cody so much more interesting. So like the Attitude Era remix. Doc Avenger, hello there. Hey, someone tell me what the call sign is for divers on Amazon. Yeah. Everybody turns on Cody, and it's kind of fitting because Cody sort of looks like Sting. He's got the bleach blonde hair. Cody's a huge fan of Sting. I think I remember him telling me his two favorite wrestlers were Sting and Dusty Rhodes. You know, obviously Dusty number one, but Sting, his other favorite wrestler. MP and Canine. And let's keep going here. Great pictures. And another reveal. There's the diver. Oh, that's the diver you were talking about. This Law and Order figure looks excellent. I love the care and detail in them. Yeah, certain figures you can tell like they put extra attention into them, like some of the past Snake Eyes figures, Mutton Junkyard, and it looks like Law and Order is another like extra special set. CM Punk is a hypocrisy too, right? Punk is entertaining. Punk is from the Cactus Jack school of promos. Is you have to be right in your own mind. You have to feel justified in your own mind. You have to, no matter how dastardly a heel you are, you have to hold on to one little glimmer of truth. And then Bret Hart did it too when he turned heel in WWF. You know, he took this little glimmer of truth and just stuck with it. Like, you know, everybody is screwing me over. And so sometimes it's better when the heel has a point, like a small point. They take it too far. But yeah, Cena, he does have a point. People have they've been mean to him. That was really funny in that promo when he was saying that how people have been mean to him for 25 years. Yeah, it's very interesting. Kofi Kingston should main event WrestleMania in 2019, not Becky Lynch. So Transformers is the human story about robots. Okay. This is turning into a wrestling chat. I'm digging this. It was because of Nikolai Volkov switching face, then Sarge snapped. Ah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Sarge came in, and that didn't make sense either because Nikolai had just turned face, and that was the era where if they told you someone was a face, then you had to love them. And I didn't exactly love Nikolai Volkov as a face. So Sarge coming in as a heel, it's like, I get what you're trying to do here, but there's just hasn't been enough time to make it effective. So this is a Diver 2-pack. It's a Joe and a Cobra Diver and alternate heads. That's cool. Change it up a little bit if you want to get a couple of these. It looks like it's a Dreaded Target exclusive. I know what this means now, thanks to a couple trips over into Michigan. The Dreaded Target exclusive. Man, I was just at a Target in Michigan and a Walmart, and it's bare. The shelves are completely empty. They've been like that for about 2 years here in Canada at Walmart. We don't have Target anymore. But anytime I went over into the States, into Michigan, they had a bunch of stuff that we don't have here in Canada. Like we haven't had Origins single-carded figures in Canada for years. And then I'd go over into the States, and Target and Walmart both had lots of Origins figures. But my last trip, just it's about a week or two ago, it's bare. It's all dried up. So we're in a slow period of toy collecting. Also, warning to anyone crossing that border, you're going to get killed with tariffs. Yep. They're not just for big companies. They're extending to the working stiff who's just in a car driving over the bridge. You're gonna get killed. Like I bought some stuff in the States, and usually I just get waved through. They're like, that's low enough. You're under the limit. And then this last time, I was like, holy smokes, that's like half of what I paid for in tariffs. So yeah, hopefully that stuff gets all sorted out soon because it's just ridiculous. What I'm truly excited for from Hasbro: Combiners, Constructicons, Aerial Bots, and now Combaticons since Vortex was revealed. Ivan Koloff. Oh, that's right. Uncle Ivan was Canadian. Played a very convincing Russian. Unrelated, but those astronauts who had that extended stay on the ISS. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Belgium. That's right. Thank you. I mentioned that a little earlier. Not Barcelona. One sec here. Bob Backlund is a traditionalist and a great author too. That book he wrote a few years ago, very inspiring book. Cena Lex Luger action figure. Hey, I just saw that one too, actually, a few days ago. That's one of the few things that showed up to Walmart. The Lex Luger Elite, or whatever it's called, comes with a big gold belt at Walmart in London, but I wasn't able to get it because I just got the British Bulldog. Snake Eyes is the goat. Hey, Robert. Odd because I'm in Michigan and Origins tends to peg warm. I guess depends what part of Michigan. I'm talking about the northern part of Michigan, closer to Canada. Target in Kentucky told me they stopped getting classified. And like Drago was played by a Swede, right? Almost played by a Minnesota guy. Nikita Koloff auditioned for that role. And I didn't get it. Carrie Von Erich apparently was up for the role too and didn't get it either. But Nikita almost got it, but he was just too huge. They didn't want him looking so huge compared to Sylvester Stallone, so they went with that Swede, Dolph Lundgren. Just clocked in at work. Oh, thanks for joining us, Nerdmas Day. Have a great day at work. 2020s is 90s 4.0. All right, let's wrap this up. There's the snake armor. Boy, those are big. Nice. It's like super snake armor. And the cool thing about these is because there was like super snake armor in the G.I. Joe cartoon. Mass Device, I think, the final episode, they brought out like a super snake armor. You could use this. I don't see why you couldn't use this with an O-ring figure. If a classified figure can fit in this, then an O-ring definitely can. So I think this is one of the few classified toys that you can actually stick in your O-ring collection. Definitely looking forward to Ketchup and Mustard. Divers, that's a nice name for them. I've always just heard Ketchup and Mustard referred to for those two tiers that didn't get unlocked for the HasLab Sky Striker. Oh, I wish those had been released. Wow, those are humongous. I'm guessing it's not going to be a 3-pack, but look at all the room in there. Those are very comfy. The original snake armor, you had to really, like, there wasn't much extra space when you got a figure in the original snake armor. But these don't look like they have any trouble fitting in there. Snake armor is incredible. I agree, Chaz. Look at that. Beautiful. It's even got a little seatbelt in there. Nicely done. Wow. That's really cool. Hopefully it won't be too expensive. This is something, I was going to say, this is something that can be fairly hollow to keep the price down. But, I mean, the original snake armor, the figure's arms and legs, well, not the arms, but the legs fit into the snake armor's legs. But this is just, the figure fits in the torso alone. So, yikes, that's going to probably be a good chunk of change. That's about the same amount of plastic, I think, as the Vamp. So I don't know if they mentioned, oh man, really nice. Really nice. Oh, that's probably a clear visor too. So you'll be able to, oh, if only there was a light in there. Well, there's some pretty good little mini LED lights you can get. Oh, beautiful. I was just thinking that. So is that a light inside, or is that they've flashed a light in there, shined a light in there so you can see the driver? Sadly, don't come with pilots. You can. There's lots of figures for sale. You can throw anyone in there. From a distance, I would think of RoboCop. Yeah, that'd be a good adversary for your RoboCop. Mustard meme. That is awesome. Love the details. Pricing is $72.99. Holy cow. That's way up. That's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Well, I mean, it's pretty epic. That is pretty deluxe. $74.99. Yikes. That looks good for Sigma 6. Pulse exclusive. Okay. Why G.I. Joe failed, but Transformers succeeded in the 21st century? I don't know. Lots of reasons. too many to get into at this moment, but that might be a good topic for a live stream. Have some of the tribe on and talk about that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screen cap that. So I remember to run it by some of my buds and see if they want to talk about it. No electronics or lights. Okay, so they're just flashing a light in there. That's at that price. Put a light in there. Wouldn't be too hard to customize. You could just even put in one of those little remote Amazon tea lights or whatever they're called. The problem with those is I bought a pack of those and the batteries just keep getting drained on them. Like even when it's off, after about a month, all my batteries are dead, even if I haven't used it. So something's wrong with those. They just drain battery even when they're off. That's a good one to put in there. Major Blood. Yeah. Is it a little bit redundant to put a bat in a snake armor? I don't know. It's like putting a hat on a hat. Electronics and lights would be cool, especially with something big like that. I always feel like some big robot needs some kind of light. I like when Transformers have light up eyes when they're really big. Lots of bad decisions from Hasbro heads. Lots of good ones too. Let's not forget the good that they do, and let's not just focus on the mistakes they make, because if we only focus on the mistakes, then we run the risk of basically coming off as people who will never be satisfied with anything ever. Shock the snake isn't $100. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping it would be lower than that, but I guess they could charge whatever they want. Optimus Prime was cool. A bot in a bot. Yep. What else we got here? We're almost done here. Another close-up shot of beautiful snake armor. Nicely done. And that's it. We'll recap at the end. Yo, Joe. Okay. That's the reveals. So the highlight for me was Blowtorch, sort of. Won't be getting him, but excited for the most likely repaint down the road. Toy accurate one with a brighter red and yellow. Yeah, lots of great reveals. Cold Slither band. Do you think they'll do these guys? How's that for a San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack? These three. They could easily do it now with that selfie series. That'd be cool. There's the Cold Slither pack. Man, that's pretty epic too. Set up the whole band with all their instruments and everything. I think they will re-release the snake armor in different color schemes. Oh, I think that's highly likely. Yeah. Hasbro's always been about the repaints. They've always done it in G.I. Joe and Transformers and every incarnation. So that's an easy one. They can do a red one. They can do a blue, black. It's come in a few different colors. So yeah, I think it's highly likely that we'll see that. CNW Wrestling's highlight was Ripper, Zartan, Snake Armor, or remold. Yeah, little tweaks too. It's nice when they do little tweaks in order to freshen it up a little bit. Okay, that's the reveal stream. Quick surprise reveal stream. Thanks everyone for joining today. It was nice chatting with you and going through these and learning a little bit about them. Prices and other details, availability. This is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. Nerdmastay, thank you. Black and Gold Commander class. Oh, that one too. Yep. Waving. All right, I'm out of here, folks. Here's some Track Tribe to play out. Hope you all have a great day. Take care.